Eddie does an amazing job with Eddie's all about love. And there's no, he may not say it, but that's what it's about. He loves his kids. I go watch his practice, I watch his games, I see how they respond, I see how he is with them, and it's really a joy to watch. And I'm really proud that he came out of this program. And those medicine balls that he's about to do, he did them every day. And that's why he developed such a great player that he was. I just want to bring Eddie out and say, here he is, Eddie Madec.
First of all, can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Everybody can hear me? So, at any times you can't hear me, just, put your hand and say, Coach, we can't hear you. Because I feel like I'm talking really loud the whole time. It doesn't feel natural, and I'm going to probably change my voice for the presentation. Mr. Christian said, you don't know me, but the day that I come here to meet you, you were gone, and I had a good workout with Vince. And you reminded me, when I hear stories about you, of my playing partner, Jason McClain. He's a childhood friend. We grew up in Oxnard together. He came from the barrio of Oxnard, the tough part. I came from the soft northern Camarillo, where I wasn't getting in fights and getting jumped every day, but they just talked about you so much like you were Jason McClain. So I feel like I have a connection with you when I hear Coach talk about you and your story. And I'll toss that part. I got goosebumps on my arms because besides my junior college coach, who's basically a father to me, Coach Scramble has really been a great male figure in my life. He gave me an opportunity to play college basketball. I took advantage of that opportunity. And I'm really indebted to you, Coach. You taught me so much. And I appreciate you for it. Getting to it, today I'm going to share with you about our culture in our program and how we do things. It's a little out of the box. You're not going to see everything, so I'm going to have an hour with you. But a good mentor and a dear friend of mine was in my gym last week, Coach Dunlop. And I asked Coach Dunlop, who's been a mentor and a dear friend of me for many years now, I said, Coach, what should I do at the clinic? And he said, you need to do what you did when I was visiting. And I'm going to just show you what we do and how we build our programs from the summer into the fall. And it's the thing, I like to say, it's setting the tone of your culture. For us, everything is about our culture. And Coach was exactly right. Our culture is about love. But, when you're in the heat of the battle, it's not natural to say, oh, I love you. In the heat of battle, things get confrontational. And in our culture, it's very confrontational. But there's a big difference between disrespect and confrontation. And you got to be real careful, in my humble opinion, to cross that line. When you start talking about where people are from, their race and their family, now you're getting personal, and that becomes disrespect. But you must understand, in our culture, we take it to the limit when I say get confrontational. Everything is very, very competitive in our culture. Okay, can I get you guys on this sideline? Stand on this sideline. Okay, go back. Sit down. Okay, sideline. Go back. That's bullshit. That ain't right. Okay, so right here, right now, I'm establishing with these guys, this is no bullshit. You're going to get after it, and you're going to bust your ass in here. And I'm not going to handle these guys with kid gloves and fucking baby them. If you think it's funny, what you got to understand is I have a relationship with my players, and I sweat with my players daily. I eat with them. I shit where they shit. I live where they live. And I care about my players like they're my children. Therefore, I have the right to get on your ass and take you out of your comfort zone daily. And I do it. I do it because if you want to win, and you want to be at that 1%, you want to be at that pinnacle every year, have an opportunity to play for something special, you got to be willing to come out of your comfort zone, the coach included. And I give them an opportunity to take me out of my comfort zone because I put myself in their domain, sometimes daily. And like I said, don't try to be me. You don't want to be me. I have demons I'm fighting. I got my own wars, believe me. But what I'm going to show you is how I do things. Okay, sideline. Let's have you turn your face there. Okay, now, I'm going to pick 4 captains, and I'm just going to script this thing like they were my team. And I'm going off of my hunch right now, who my leaders are now. In order to be a good leader, you got to be a good follower first. And if you're not going to follow me into a fire, you fucking can't play for me. It's that simple. You got to follow me into a foxhole. If you can't follow me, you can't play for me. Because I got to be able to brainwash you at the end of the day and take you where we got to go. And I'm not for everybody. A lot of these kids probably couldn't play for me. And in today's generation, all we do is we talk about these kids, they're entitled, they're this, they're that. Okay, yeah, maybe they are. Maybe society in this country has changed. It's my father was a first generation, I'm a first generation American. He come off from a boat, from another country. And his family, they built their lives from hard work. There's no substitute for hard work. And that's what we teach our players at Fresno City. And when I was at Siskiyous, and when I played for Raymond McCarthy and Coach Pascaldo, I was fortunate to play for two legendary coaches. I was fortunate to play for Coach Pascaldo in his first 2 years here when he was spitting fire. And we were up 5:30 in the morning, guys. 5:30 in the morning. I purposely left you there so you can hear this. You don't need to see nothing. Look where I told you to look. You open your ears up. You listen to what I'm telling you. Your coach, my coach, we share something in common. He has a tremendous amount of passion, and he will teach you the game of life like he taught me. If you're open-minded and you allow yourself to be brainwashed. The point is that our country has been built on hard work. And we revisit that every day. And we remind our guys it's about work. Work. And if you're not making your players work, if you're not working, you're cheating them. Okay, now, with that being said, let's get going here. You know, Coach talked about you in a pretty high regard earlier. Everything we do physically goes through our life. He said, you don't turn the ball over. And I want you, the way you carry yourself, I had a good vibe from you. Like, you're a captain going half court. Now go back. Go back. Let's try it again. Okay, you're a captain going half court. Let's go. Okay? Go. Okay? Go. Go. All right. Coach Lacrosse, you got a number between 1 and 100 in your head. Okay, you hold on to your number. You got your number? Okay, what's your number?
25, 23, 51.
What's your number? 10. Okay, so think about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? We're going to go right now 3 on 3. It'll be 14 to 3. Who gets the advantage? The first pick or the second or the last pick? Who gets the advantage? Who's the closest? What was your number? 10. Okay, who's closest? Who's closest? Okay, you want first pick? Or you want 2 picks? You want to know who you want to be? I don't know your teammates. Well, you know them. I don't know how good they are. I don't know if there's a dynamic player on the line on this. It's 3 on 3. What are you going to do? Okay, who's next? This is big. This is huge. Because this is going to be the difference how you pick and draft for winning and losing. And we're not going to make a big deal about the team that lost, and we're not going to pound our chests and climb up the walls because you won. But everything in our program, every day, is started winning and losing. And there's an emphasis, there's a reward, and when you win, it's a good thing. It's a great thing. And we don't have to make a big old deal about it. But at the same time, okay, if you don't make things competitive, there's no emphasis on winning or losing. What are you really teaching your players? Every single thing we do is competitive. Now we pick teams, fighting for the number. It's a dogfight, strategizing who's going to get the first pick, etc. Okay, so who's going to get the pick? All right, pick. That's an option.
I got mine.
You got 2 picks now, baby. You got 2 picks. It's a big pick. Right there. Okay, stop right there. Go back. This is the moment of truth. Now, Coach Christian, you come out and stand on the line, try to use you for the sake of the drill. Okay? So, remember I talked about culture. So in our gym right now, we have 25 guys in our gym. Okay? 25 guys. Well, we go 6 teams of 4. So there's 6 teams of 4. One guy's not going to get picked. How do you think that guy feels standing there every day? I'm not going to cut him. We do this all fall. In fact, we did it all summer. We did it all summer. The curriculum's tweaked. The point I'm showing you is that you either have to conform, raise your level up, or you get stand on the wayside. You heard that term? You get pushed to the wayside? And this is what we do in Fresno City. You know, this is just one component. And so right now, so right here, this is what it comes down to. Who's going to get picked? Not punishment time. You're a fool. Stop right there. You're a fool. You're a 12th man on the 12-man roster. See, and you think you're safe. So you're not safe in my world. You're not safe. And what you got to teach these young people is don't rest on your laurels. And that's why I let the peers pick each other. That's right, because I want them to know how they feel about each other. In our shooting competitions, we do 2-on-2 shooting competitions. If you're not on the winner board, you don't win, and I charge it off home, and then we get a game time, and you're bitching and moaning because I said you get 1 3.5. What? That's it? 1 3.5. That open 15-footer, what you think is a good shot, it's a bad shot. And we chart our field goal percentage. And you're going to see in a minute when I teach you how we press on misses from this game, you're going to learn here. And we're the only team in the country that presses on misses. You know, people are afraid to teach pressing on misses. And I was too, until I really studied it and investigated about it. But I love the press on misses because A, who in the country works in the first 4 seconds on a missed shot with a press break? Who? Number two, okay, it allows you to dictate tempo. And Coach Dunlop taught me back in, I don't know if you remember this, Coach Dunlop, back in 2011 when I came and spent some time with you in New York, he taught me to be a master at tempo. He said, your goal is to learn tempo, and I didn't understand tempo. I knew how to play like this, but I didn't know how to be diverse and change tempo. And so I've really been studying that these last few years. I'm studying tempo and how to control it, being diverse, knowing when you're playing a team like Citrus in the Final Four, if you try to run with these guys, they're going to blow you out of the water. You've got to 3/4 court these people and get behind the ball and make them play east-west. They're too good in the north-south. You've got to figure out the team you're playing. So diversity, and I repeat, diversity is huge for us. We want to be able to play different styles. It's just like having more tricks up your sleeve and more tools in your tool bag. Okay, go ahead. Okay, so now you go ahead and stand. I'm going to give you an opportunity to bring you out here. Shake your hand and look you in the eye. You know what? Stay right there. Hear what he just said? Not the first take. Stay on that line. You're an underdog, just like J Mac was, isn't he? He's like J Mac, huh? He's like, yeah. He's like me, but he's better than me. Yeah. Coach Solo put me on a pedestal, say I was this great. I was an underdog. I was a mere role player, just eager to impress. I wasn't anything special. But if you make me feel better, when I was in JC, Phil Matthews used to yell at me, and I used to be 17 years old with my shirt off, afraid to take my shirt off because I had no chest, and I had zits all over my face. And Phil Matthews used to yell at me. The good thing about Phil Matthews, but a legendary junior college coach he is he would yell at Cedric Sapalos and Chris Hankton the same way he'd yell at me. But he's got guys going to the NBA, and he could chew them out, so I didn't feel so bad. The point is that we've all stood here on this sideline, but it's good. It's good for us because it humbles everyone. You want to tell us a little bit about that? How'd you get off the sideline? That's what I want to know, because you eventually got off the sideline and got out there. How'd you do it?
Put in a lot of extra work.
That's it, baby. What else?
Changed a lot of my lifestyle, things like diet.
Mentality. All about mentality.
That was one of the biggest things, mentality. Figured out how, even though I was the last guy, how can I be the best last guy compared to other teams, and then kind of pick off guys toward the end. So I would think about how could I get to Topher and get past Topher, and then how could I hop in and get past the next guy.
What did I say to you at this show?
Which time?
Really jumped. I didn't really know I did. When I had you on the line.
Oh yeah. Coach did this thing where he lined us all up. It was after we lost it at Dominican, and he lined us all up on the line, had us step out one by one, and just basically told us what we weren't doing well. And he looked me in the eye and told me I would never be able to, I couldn't guard his grandmother, or his mother, she was 8 years old, and that I'd never be able to play for her. So I just took that as a challenge and a chance to prove him wrong. always hits home with me. It's something I do with my players now. We just did rankings. We ranked our whole team 1 through 18. I'll never forget it. We sat in the conference room, and 1 through 18, coach took all the rankings, compiled the averages, and there I sat, 18. And again, my teammates weren't lying. You know, it's something that I just had to get better. So.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you. I knew that you're very special. Like I said, I heard so many stories about it. I just ranked them right now. I didn't rank them. They ranked each other. And when they pick teams every single day, okay, that peer pressure is really powerful. It's really powerful. Now, let's get into some curriculum. I'm going to teach you about a game that we play, and it teaches our guys to transition from offense to defense to offense, and it gets them out of, hear me now, it gets them out of high school mode. Now, when I say high school mode, I'm not insulting you, high school coach. I'm complimenting you because you have a big challenge working with high school kids. The game is slower. I was a train wreck in high school. The point is that when kids go from high school to college, the biggest adjustment that I see is, yes, the mentality, but it's the ability to transition and anticipate quickly. For example, in this game, you guys are doing a great job. Bear with me. They're going to play, and when they score the bucket, so many times, guys, now it's time to relax for a second. No, in this game, you got to jam the ball, or you got to fly out to a shooter. You got to communicate because they're getting out of the net. It's live. It's continuous, and so you will get exposed if you relax mentally for a split second. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to walk through this game. Let's have you two team just go to half court. You two team are going to walk through this. You're going to get the ball and check it. We'll play on this. So we play this game. 2 to 3 checks quick. 3 out. 3 on 3. Just going to check it. Okay? Now, we start this game no dribbles. Now, once we build and we get in, deeper in the summer program, usually by the second week, we sometimes will just go right into 2 dribbles. But it just depends, once again, where you're at with your team. Where are you at with your team? You have to evaluate your team, your strengths, your weaknesses, see how far along you are. For example, if I have a team that just want to shoot too many threes, okay, we just make everything worth 1. And then if there's an emphasis on, shot percentage, what's the highest percentage shot? Well, tip of the rim, right? Right? I mean, isn't that the highest percentage shot? The tip of the rim, high percentage, paint shots. If I got a team that wants to over dribble, I'll take the dribble away. Okay, let's say I got one guy that I need to be more aggressive. I need my best player, my best defender, I need you to play ball. I need you just to be a damn shooter. That's what you are. Be a shooter, not enough. I'm coaching you, and I'm not going to competition. I'm brainwashing you. Tell you the best shooter in the state. Coach Scramble looks like a great coach. I used to float around so much on it because I was tired of making the Cuban Stewart 6'9" athletic frame. And he'd tell me, get your ass inside. I said, man, go back down to the block, put my big ass at somebody and post up and do what I did. But the truth is, I'm just like all these other big guys, I want to float on the perimeter and play up the elbows and dribble handoff and diversity. Get bored doing the same thing all the time. The point I'm getting back to is that I would allow you to have open dribble, everybody else zero dribble. And you can just put different rules. More things you can do. Okay? Let's say we turn this thing into a 4-on-4 game. Let's throw you in the corner. And then let's you guard me, we'll just pretend like a drill. We'll start all dead balls and start the game out of a high pick and roll. And then, let's say pick the cross lock, pick a right hand line. Okay, good. So we have to start the game out of a high pick and roll. Again, let's say you only have 2 dribbles. You've got to be efficient on this thing. What it teaches, let's say you come off, and he hands it, and you pull back the dribble. Now you go, they defend it, and now you've got to go outside of the net, and you'll come on the back door. Let's say you back door, go through, you downstream, you come off. Do you see what I'm doing? You can build your offense through this game. You can build your culture and your offense through this game. And then you're coaching the different courts, and winning and losing doesn't lie. If you're winning, you're reducing your winning. You're taking good shots, you're not taking plays off, your team's communicating, you're defending. But if you're losing, it's probably because you're taking shitty shots, you know, and there's such an emphasis on competitive spirit when you're losing that if you're losing, guys start getting at each other's throats, start calling each other out. You don't have to do it as a coach. They take ownership. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's just walk through the game. You can go back to okay, let's just make it fast. Get back to that screen, get to the score. Now, after you score it, okay, freeze. As that ball goes through the net, you're no longer on offense, you're on defense. You understand? Okay, you get that sucker out of the net, and you jam the shit out of that ball. You jam it. Yeah, you just jam it. And now it's no dribble. It's no dribble. You've got to learn to play off the right foot pivot. Just think about it. You've got to rebound, right? Okay. What does it make sense? What does it make sense to pivot? Think about it. Where does it make sense? Speak up.
Right foot.
Bullseye. Outside pivot. If you pivot here all night long, okay, you're underneath, and it's crowded. You're into the teeth of the defense. You want to get away, so you get daylight. So outside pivot. Okay. Okay. Outlet. Jimmy. What's your name? What? Oh my goodness, this is really When I coach my guys, I just make up names. You're Johnny, they look around at Jimmy's. Jimmy's and Joe's, I don't know, I just make up names. I'm nuts. I got problems, that's what I'm telling you. Okay, Jimmy's all good. And by the way, I learned how to coach and teach from my junior college coach and that man up there. That's right. I didn't take everything from Coach Scramble. No, I had to be me. But I learned how to coach from them. I learned how to coach from watching Coach Dunlop coach. I learned how to coach from watching great people, great men, great coaches, whether they're women's coaches, men's coaches, soccer coaches. My wrestling coach at Presidency, he's the best coach in the country. He's the best. I learned I can go in and watch his wrestling practice. You learn. I'm a teacher. I'm an educator. Just so happens the curriculum is basketball today. And you have to ask yourself, who are you? Are you a teacher? Are you a pimp? Do you need to take a shower today after you listen to me speak? Because we're in a cesspool? What are you in this for? And that's the beautiful thing about the level that I'm at, community college. If I win 4 games this year, I got tenure. I can't get fired. I have a life insurance policy, as Coach Dunlop told me 5 years ago, 6 years ago when I got my tenure. And I almost didn't get my tenure. That's right. I almost didn't get my tenure. But because of people like him, and people like Brian Katz, and people like Brady McCarthy and Coach Scramble, people that were in my corner. They were in my corner. And they wanted me to get my tenure. Coach Preston knows what I'm talking about. Things can get sticky sometimes. But that's the beautiful thing about the level I'm at and the level most of you are at. We're at high school, community college. It's the same level. It's the same thing. We're dealing with young people. We're helping them find their way. And it's a beautiful thing when you change someone's life. Now, I get this deal on the board, okay? Jam me up, okay? Pressure me, jam me up. I gotta be strong with it. Okay, I outlet it. What can I do right here? Go right into Wall Street, swim across, and post you up and go right back inside. Whoa. Now, I hold the ball, I walk over to the try to get in. I walk out. And you get in, and you swim, you get in, and my belly button, pressure, we're in. And early stages, we'll play one bucket. One bucket? Then game's over. And when the game's over, they all yell game. Now what does that put an emphasis on? One bucket? Well, what it put an emphasis on is who's going to start with the ball. Now they start paying attention to detail about I said, Bo, best out of 3. If you want to get this thing competitive, you want to get the juices flowing, well, it's on you. You're the master teacher in the gym. You've got to bring that. You've got to promote that. You've got to teach it. And it can't be just for one day and then the next day. No, you've got to breathe competitive spirit in your play. Okay, let's keep going. Any questions so far? So now they're playing here. You guys would say you're playing down there, you're playing on the field, right? And some of y'all game first. Game! It's over. You played at one bucket. Well, how do you solve that game? You don't keep playing. Now we're going to put an emphasis that day on free throw shooting. The team that has the ball goes to the free throw line, but here's the kicker. The other team gets to pick who they want to go to the line. Now you exposed. You have to figure out what you want to expose. I'm not the master of anything. I'm not the master of anything. But what I pride myself on is exposing things in my gym. I want to expose everything because I don't want to wait to get to that big playoff game and there's 3 minutes to go. The guys shit down their legs because you didn't expose their ass in practice. You got to expose everything in practice so that you get to the game, you got peace of mind. You sit back, you adjust it here, you adjust it there, in the last 1 minute, your ass is tight, and the players know it, and you're sitting there, and there's that moment that you have with your teams. Okay, we're battle tested, we're ready, and we know it, because we've gone down that dark tunnel with folks so many times, and our brothers. We're ready to win this thing. It's a mentality. Any questions about anything? I'm just going to keep, and I'll let you guys go live. I'm going to let you guys go out a little bit. But really, I just want to teach the different things you can do out of this game. Okay. Anything, Coach Don? Anything maybe I'm missing? Coach Dunlop, I mean, I had the privilege of spending time with you Wednesday in my gym in the morning. We had a 6 a.m. workout with 35 guys in there. Is there anything maybe that I could, that I'm not showing, that maybe I forgetting perhaps? All right. So now, I'm going to go one drill, and you know what? I'm going to start at a high post. So we'll put you on the mid post. You'll go mid corner. We'll have you start on this left post line. And now, you're going to get open. If he gets a free catch, no, he doesn't. He doesn't get a free catch. I'm sorry. So I check here. Okay, first thing I do is I sit here. Okay, I time. Hey, Johnny, go. I goes in. Go. Now we're going to play. If he's overplayed, I can step, back cut, the back cut's not there, okay? I shallow cut out the other side, and now you can face up, and you can play with me, or you can go to the other side and reverse and play with him. But we're playing live, and it's one dribble. You know what I'm saying? And now we're playing 2s and 3s to 11. 2s and 3s to 11. You guys are down there, you're here. Okay, next thing we're working on is I'm trying to show these coaches, okay, that no matter what system you play, 1-4 high, okay, we run a lot of dribble drive concepts. We don't run dribble drive, we really don't, but I've taken the spacing concept of dribble drive and opening up gaps and attacking on dribble drive, and we've added ball screens into it. And we play off concept. We keep things very simple, but within that simplicity, we're extremely detail-oriented. Extreme detail. For example, when we go let's keep going on. Let's keep going on. Close up. You're grabbing close up. First off, a good defender is going to get up here and pin him. I call it pin. You don't open the gate. You're not going to let him get. But if you get here, so now you top get pin here. You get pin here. You end up out here. Now you don't force rotation. That pro slot, the higher level you go, I learned that from that man. The higher level you go, the harder it is to get this type of penetration. You end up getting pushed out there. The problem with getting pushed out here is the San Bernardinos and the saddlebacks of the world, okay? So when you get out here, you don't force a big man rotation, which just allows us to get a skip and get advantage offense. We want advantage offense. So what's better, I ask you, this penetration or this penetration? Right? And so it's critical, just a little detail, that you get up here inside this post line. Now, okay, here comes the ball screen and I jab this because I see someone playing. Now I'm in. Notice I do this. That's another little trick. I'll give you a lot of little things that I believe in if you want them. If you don't want them, it's okay. And I know I'm out of the box. The point is that just everything to me is counted. So as the game gets more physical, and the game gets low and slow against pressure. So I was with 2 elite NBA coaches 2 weeks ago in Fresno. They come to Fresno, and they ask me, how do you attack pressure? And I say, we get real low, slow, and we play methodical. And it's like, what? Low, slow? I go, yeah, we get extra low and extra slow. And he said, no, that's not the way to attack pressure. Oh, really? You must be more innovative than I am. Tell me the way to attack pressure. And they said, we just kick its ass. And I said, oh, really? If you try getting into the ring with Marvin Hagler in the 8th round and start throwing haymakers, you're going to get knocked out. You don't just kick its ass. To me, that's bullshit. Kick its ass. What does that mean? No, you get a heavy pivot foot. You play with 2 hands, because you can bring balls back with 2 hands. And you get your head up, and you play extra low, extra slow. And you you work on creating leads with your players, putting their ass in someone's face, popping out with 2 hands, using your voice, eye-to-eye, paramount contact. Just get more detail oriented. Well, at least that's the way I do it. But what do I know? What do I know? It works for me, though. I'll tell you that. It works for me. That's great. Kick its ass. There's got to be some more theory. There's got to be some more meat there. So the point is, I'm not trying to judge or battle with anybody. That's not the point. But I just details and more details. You press the shit out of me. I'm a big boy. I can say, okay, press the shit out of me. Right? What did I just do? What did I just do? I created real estate by stepping into it. Now I'm playing with what? My belly button down. I'm going to play really slow. Because if I try to out-athletize it, you're going to win. You're quicker than I am. But I got a big, strong ass, 220 pounds, not going to lose the ball. Okay? And the more you hit me and the more you check me all night long, you're gonna ignite something, an animalistic side of yours gonna come out. But as a basketball player, you gotta stay even keeled. You don't want to get high, you don't want to get low. And so what we're doing is we're teaching our players to take a combative beating, but can you still stay focused and even keeled? And so, for example, okay, let's say you guys want to play? Okay, 2 dribbles. Starting out with pick and roll. 5, go. Now we're going to start out on the ball screen. question, Glenn.
You said something about free throws. They get to pick whoever they want. They shoot the free throw. When is that? So you play in one basket, the team scores, and then to prove the winning team's got to score.
Yeah, now you want to know the truth?
Yeah.
I don't really do that. I do that in my PE class. True. You know when I do that with my team? I do that in the middle of the year, in January, February, when we atrophy with really going to that free throw line. We make everything competitive, but maybe I'll just kind of throw a little glitch at it and throw it in. So I'm a field guy. So for example, I make a practice plan every day with my daily bullets, and then if the practice is going well, I'll take the plan and I'll throw it in the garbage, and I'll say, okay, scratch, let's go. We're going to roll a different way. I'm not saying that happens every day, but the point is that you must know your team. You must have a sense and a feel for what they're missing or what they're needing, and then attack. So, for example, if I coach a kid hard, where's Jimmy? Let's say Jimmy is a pretty darn good player, but Jimmy, every time I get on him, I notice he does this. I'm going after that. I'm not going to ignore that. I want to get my guys mentally tough, and I ride their asses if I smell weakness. Now, is a freshman playing for me? It can be difficult. Okay, we have a kid, his name is Josh Sykes. And Josh Sykes, in my opinion, he's got to be one of the best JC players in the country. I mean, Arizona's flying this week to see him. He must be pretty good. Oregon was there last week. Loyola Marymount was here this week. Oregon State was there the week before. Virginia Tech just offered him a full ride this morning. The guy won't leave me alone. He's calling me like he's my best friend now because I got a player. The point is, the point is,
Don't worry about what it is with you, Mike.
He won't even talk to me unless I get the thing. The point is that I don't know what the point is. I told him I was spacing here. Okay. Yeah, Coach Shades, I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. Genius. Thank you very much for the question. Okay, set up your job. Okay, get down, fan out. You guys are my outlets. Okay, so just grab the rebound and outside, put it to either side, no matter. Okay, so now the number one thing that's constant, number one thing that's constant is the ball pressure. We're going to pressure the ball, we're going to go belly button, high pressure, high hand. Okay, that's number one. Number two, second thing, do we want to press speed the game up, or are we trying to slow that sucker down? Well, if I'm playing Coach Emilio from BBC, you can bet your ass I want the game to turn into a track meet. When I play Saddleback, Andy Brown, that guy can coach. But you know what? We've had Saddlebacks number over the years. I don't say that to be arrogant or say I'm a better coach than Saddleback. No, it's nothing to do with that. But it's contrasted styles. You have to know who you're playing against. When we play Saddleback, we don't ever let them get into their terminals and run their sets. If you do, you will lose. Because he's that good of a coach. The guy's a great coach. If I play Craig McMillan and just let him run on his motion and run me off the field, you're done. It's the best motion coach in the country, arguably. You can't let him get comfortable doing this stuff. So you got to figure out who you're playing and have a counter against it. So for example, if we're playing Citrus right now, and they want to go like this, and they're damn good at it. Now that coach just left. He's a fun of the guy named Ken Evans from Concordia. If you don't know who that is, you better study and figure out who it is. We're talking about arguably the best NAIA coach in the country, guys who really knows what he's doing. So the point is that now, I'm going to get behind the ball. That's right. I'm going to get behind the ball and I'm going to allow this pass. Okay, now as that pass is made, we're going to defense offense. When you're on defense, you should already be on that split line. Because you're behind the ball with me. So you and I are right next to each other. As it goes there, I have up. I'm keeping it to the middle. You're jumping behind the ball. You're jumping back behind the ball. What are we doing? We're trying to get you to play east-west. You're so good at playing north-south, so we're going to make you play east-west. So I'm going to press. We're going to press, Coach Shawitz, to slow you down. Now, let's take it a step backward. They're really good at, that's the team, so I do that against the team, it's like Citrus, they only like that. So now we're playing Saddleback, but we're playing DVC, and they're good forwards, good centers, well coached, but they play not on principles, they play because they've got to be able to execute their 1-4 or their flex offense. They're not necessarily playing off concept, they've got to be able to come down, be comfortable, like running the triangle, let's say. So now, we're going to press the pass. Now, here, open, press the pass. But back to it, the biggest thing we're learning about this game is, yes, press it on misses, but watch this. Don't put 4 on 4. Don't put 4 guys. What are you doing? Yeah, that's fine. We're just going to walk through it just for them. Okay? Oh, yeah. Okay, great. Okay, so let's say you're posted out, Mark and Jimmy. Okay, you go to the corner, spread out. So let's say I throw it to you. Let's say he goes down to double. That's fine. Double, throw it out. Okay, so then you come out. I do this. As I do this, okay, you relocate. And I drive it. 1, 2. Let's say I make the shot. Okay, I make the shot. Okay, I'll make the shot. So I make the shot. Okay, look, check it out. You got me. I beat you. You're not going to hang your head and score. You're a great and I go and I score it off balance. Who's got to go get that? We call that a long switch. And I jam the ball. You got to talk to me. You don't talk to me. We roll over now we're in trouble. And so we're going to get exposed if we don't have paramount communication. So at some point during the game, I'm going to be yelling at you. You're going to be yelling at me. It's going to be confrontation. And then there's going to be a dead ball. It's going to be tied up. And the other game's tied up. And the next basket wins. We make it like a quick huddle real fast, and I make, yell at you or snap at you. Well, if that's not conditioned and practiced, and you have one of these cultures where the coaches across the say, oh, don't yell at each other, don't do this. That's all bullshit to me. To me. But I didn't tell you that like I have all the answers. I'm telling you, that's bullshit. If you don't put your players in the heat of the battle, and script it on the time of scoring and practice, everything's competitive and it's cutthroat, there's 2 minutes to go and it's tied up. You've got to create, in my humble opinion, for us, we create that environment daily. Daily. So you don't visit those places when you get there, you're not going to know how to deal with it. The 1987 Lakers, Magic was the only guy that had the balls to tell Kareem, get in there and do what I tell you. He had big balls. He was confrontational. And he told Kareem, and Kareem respected him. And Kareem was the best post player and the best hook shot, and he was the money guy. They were going to Kareem. Every once in a while, he had to go out by the jersey and shake him up. And that's why Jason McClain was a great point guard and my childhood friend. He was the only guy that had the balls in his gym to do that to me. And that's why you always saw when he used to yell at me, I said, yes, sir. I used to bow down like a little kid because he knew me. We grew up together in Oxnard. And I seen him fight growing up. I seen him, in the park take over big games, and he was the legend where we were from. And all these people, sometimes your best friends tell you what you don't want to hear. And I'll tell you something. Coach Riscaldo knows what I'm talking about. All them kids that played with me, they used to all hate me in practice. And how come every time we play Chico or Davis, it's a big moment, I put my arm and say, come on, I'm going to get him tonight. Oh shit, I didn't know you were my friend now. But the point is, right? You gotta have that confrontation and that heat of the battle. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Give me a line right up here. Okay, go to that bad boy. Oh yeah. Give me a line right up here. Big guy. Yeah. Okay. All right. So next thing what we do, we start we start building our offense. Then we go 2 on it. Let's say building our offense, we play off concept, okay? We do everything with 2 dribbles, never more than 2 dribbles. The only time we're going to have a guy take maybe more than 2 dribbles is the last part of our shot clock, when we get the ball to our clock guy. And then if it's a high ball screen, he may re-screen, and that's the only time we open up the dribble. Other than that, we're a 2-dribble team. We're a 2-dribble team. And I learned that from Coach Dunlop. And the thing is sometimes you learn stuff from people, and you learn it correctly. So what I mean is that sometimes you think you're learning from somebody, but you're not really sure, but then you take the most basic, simple message that they give you, and then you evolve it into your own flavor, your own taste. And that's really what I do. I'm just a scavenger. I try to learn from successful people, and I just put my own twist on it. And if you're passionate about it, and you're competent, and you're able to reach these guys, well, I think it can work. I know it can work. At least for me. Okay, so the first thing I'm doing, just throwing it out, and I'm going to 5 steps to pivot flip. When we're not happening. The first thing I do, break my hand with the shoulder whenever I bind it. But the point is that good. That's Tuesday be better. I got Tuesday today, so at least you're making me better. Apparently, what's going to happen? The rest of the call. I say next, another way. Why? Because I took a negative step and wasn't on balance. You know, I said details. Okay? So now, it says I hit him now. And you're right, I just hit you. They hit me, and you're getting the guys. But you got to stay in the basketball. I can't do this unless it's help. I drop that shoulder, drop my heels, shoelace, step, 1, 2, and I go way up, and I follow my shot. And I do that game speed, and the next person goes. And I'm right here with my whistle, my coach, my whistle, with my eyes. And I said, okay, man, anytime you have a bad jump shot, you don't shoelace your ball, your pen is down, you're beating your first step, your first dribble, I just throw you off. Next. And we rep that game, We're detail-oriented, heavy pivot foot, low and slow against pressure. And then I got young assistant coaches that all play for me. And they get their bag and crawl into our players and fist with them. And once we do that, then we start building our offense. What's next after 1-on-0? 2-on-0. What's after that? 3-on-0. So, 2-on-0. Get the guy in the corner here. We don't just hide and put all our shooters in the corner. We gotta go up there. And then after that line, you rotate here. And then you have the loop, you start down here. You go there. Right here. Go 3-on-0. And you go 4-on-0. Don't build this thing. So the second part of the back to the 1-on-0. Back to the 1-on-0. Okay? Back to the 1-on-0. After you rock it a couple times, instead of turn, get to the tip of the rim and score it, then the next time, you shoot a little floater. Then the next time, at the end of the shot clock, I think you call this the smart shot. I told this to you last year because I didn't come to your clinic in Loyola because I'm chasing around 3 little boys. My wife's making babies, so it's a big mess, right? The point is that I sent one of my soldiers down there. You didn't know it. See, I sent my soldier there. He took all those notes for me, and he filmed a little bit, and he sent it to me. So I saw what you worked on. What you did is you have decided a smart shot. This is a smart shot from the right back. Straight down, end of the shot clock shot. That's what I call it. Now, I've watched a lot of state championships over the last 20 years in community college. I'm a product of California Community College. I'm proud of it. Through and through, I'm a JC guy. There's nothing anybody can do about it. It is what it is. And I know JC basketball. Do I have all the answers? No. But I know JC basketball. I know how you win in JC, and I know how you lose in JC. In every state championship game in the last 2 minutes, it always comes down to somebody having a day, 12, 15-foot shots, a shot clock winding down. And so when I hear people say, oh, 3 or a key, I think that's a crock of shit. I don't buy into that. That's right. Now that doesn't mean, Coach Booker, we're going to live 15-footers the whole game. No. But it just means you better have all your bases covered. You better have all your bases covered. Because at some point in time, we're going to force you. Because the big guys, the higher level you go, they're disciplined. They stand there, they're plotters. They do this. And you got to have a floater or a teardrop or a soft, smart shot. Pull up, straight down, soft touch, jump shot. And so we'll work on that. It doesn't mean we're going to hang our hat on it. No. But there's going to come that moment when you're going to need it. I watched Saddleback in San Francisco in the state championship with one of my players in Kansas City. That's right, one of my players. I lost this kid. It happens. I lost him in the break. And I watched him, I watched him get his shot 12, 13 foot pull up on the baseline to win the state championship for Saddleback. I watched it. It's like taking salt and putting it in your wounds. Train that kid for a year and I lost it. Here's the point. Okay? We're going to work on different things. Okay, so now you come off that thing, you hit that. Then you come off, move back up, get into me now. Get into me now, dude. Okay, stay down, stay strong. Okay, it's here. What's happening is I start coming to break day, and I start getting reckless here. I stop being a basketball player. Why? Because you can't put this pad on your guys one time and then think. You gotta put this thing on them 2, 3, sometimes 4 days a week. Early parts of the summer, in the fall, I'll put this pad on them every day. Individual work, I put it on them. Why? Because I get matter. They gotta be basketball players of all time. And so the point is up here. So I watch all those little things. I want my foot where I'm going. I don't want it out here. And if it does get out here, you always want to make sure you get it back. So you're just watching all those little things. Then the next thing, I'm going to my back. This comes later. I'm just like I said, I'm throwing the kitchen sink. I get that. Okay? Now, I take it hard, one time, back up. Now I get relaxed. No more of this shit now. Now I got space. Now, the best athletes, if you watch all the running backs, the tailbacks, they always do stuff on 2 feet. The best athletes always do stuff on 2 feet. You watch Oscar Robertson play? Oscar Robertson elbow really slightly left, the ball's never up here. Now it goes out now. I can his hat, go right by him, or I can rip across him. 2 moves I believe in when you create space. Okay? Now, what do you call it? I just call it stop and go, or rip across. None of this, never this, never this. We don't allow our guys to stand in the open court, we don't allow them to go on the back. It's simple moves. It's separation and separation. Spacing, separation. A slow white guy like me, if you give me separation and give me a bad closeout, I can get by you. I can get by you. And again, will we play the Omaha game with open dribble? No. No, we won't. But it doesn't mean we're not going to work on it, because at the end of the day, listen, at the end of the day, every one of you will have an opportunity with my summer and our fall program to show me who you are. I don't tell you who the leaders are. You tell me. And I think we make a big mistake as coaches when we just pick who we want the leaders to be. No, let the peers tell you what they are. Very careful. I made that mistake a couple years ago. I brought a kid in and I was Ohio, and the other kids were Ohio. You better be real careful, because if you just try to dictate everything and your players aren't on the same page with you, you could lose the respect from your team. And it's very, very important that your players don't have to like you, but they better respect you. My players hate my guts sometimes. I know they do. I'm hard on these kids. But I'll tell you what, I know they love me. I know it. I don't need to. I know they love me. How could you not love me? Because I love them. I'm not afraid to tell them I love them. Outside the lines. When you heat a battle, you're not making love. You're fighting. You ever been in a fight? You ever been jumped? I have. I got jumped when I played for Ray McCarthy at Oxnard College. I got jumped. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. I know what it's like to be jumped. I know what it's like to get in a good fight and get knocked out. I know what it's like to get stitches in my eye. We've all been there. The point I'm getting back to, okay? Separation, no matter, stay, no matter. Oh, get it, really good, okay? Hands up, nice slow, shoelace, step, boom, separation. Where does go? Okay? And what we would do with that is, as I rip that crossover and go, I'd have you come up really, that's right. I would take your belly button and I would cut it in half. My shoulder is going to clip your hip. Because I want that contact line. I want to win the foul line. That's right. I want to win the foul line. So what is this leading to? You listen now. What's it leading to? We want 1-0, right? 2-0. 3-0. You think we're going to keep going? Should I show them window reads? That's what you came here for, right? At the end of every shot clock, it doesn't matter what offense you run. You run flex. Do you run the 1-4 high? Do you run the pick and fence? I don't know. But what I know is your best players are going to make plays. And the floor is going to get spread. And it comes down to, can you make a read? Can you make a read in a distress situation? You're under pressure. You're under combative physicality. You're on the road. You're not getting any calls. Refs swallow the whistle at our level. Can your guards be composed and tough and make great decisions? So what we're going to do is we're going to put 2 in the corner, or 2. Just go get a couple shooters here, a couple players. And again, why did I say shooters? Because once again, where are shooters going to gravitate towards the end of the shot clock? That's where they're going to go. You know why? why? Because there's going to be some form of playing on your face. There's going to be some rotation. There's going to be rotation. There's going to be help. Okay? There's going to be rotation. Shooters only, you know it. You know it. Shooters always going to gravitate back to that corner. And the playmaker's going to come up here and get the ball and play where? They're going to play through these alleyways. These dark, cold alleys where the real shit happens, man. Now, give me a couple bigs in the rim. Yeah. That's the guy you're talking about from handling? Where's he at? Huh? That's the big guy? I like him already. He was bragging about you when you're out there in the way. See, what you kids don't understand, and I do, and I didn't understand it when I was like you. Coach Muscala was crazy. Coach Muscala used to throw me against the locker, put his hands on me. It was a different day. It was 1990. It was nuts. It was the 1990s. Today, you can't do that. It's a different day. You know? But you know what these kids don't understand, and you won't understand, that you're old and gray and grizzled like me, is he wants the best for you. He really does. He wants the best for you. He's not great at communicating sometimes. He's emotional and passionate sometimes. But at the end of the day, he loves you. He really wants the best for you. I know that. I know it. Now, we call this drill window reads. That's right, window reads. And I'll show you the whole. I'm going to show you the whole. So the breakdown would just be me against Luke, this pad, and we would have another coach right here, just plotting on this close spot, taking this real estate. That's right. We'd have a coach right here with another pad. The way this is going to work, okay, big guys, offense, defense, one of you right there, one of you on the rim guarding, and then you guys are offense, defense right there. The way it works, stop right here, I throw it in, okay, look, and me, boom, I'm playing off the left wrist, it's fine, okay, I'm going to jab this thing, and I'm going to come hard, I'm going to say, back to 2 feet, and I go right to this tag, okay, now it comes down to play. Can you make a read? Can you make a read? And again, it's real simple. I'm either going to go get the rim and shoot my floater, okay, we get one shot and a tip it. So if you come over, okay, I throw it about the glass, okay? And you help down, but you and I both know, in a half-court game, listen now, listen to me, because I don't know a lot, but I really have a pretty decent feel for JC. And I'm just telling you, JC. And the reason I don't sit here and tell you all these different levels is because I'm not an arrogant, pompous ass. Don't misunderstand me. I really don't know much about D2 anymore. I played Division II basketball 20 years ago. So I'm out of tune. I don't watch Division II. I don't even watch Division I. It's the honest truth. I really don't. My life is chasing basketball, so I study it inside out. And I love going to watch Coach Messi, Coach at Delta. You know, everybody here knows how much respect I have for Coach McMillan. And I love JC basketball. It's the world I'm in. And I study the world I'm in. You know, with that being said, I'm telling you, okay, when the game gets going like this at JC, you will get this right here. You will get, come over to my side. So much for being skilled. So you'll get this. The game keep going like this at JC, you'll get this pass right here. Now, because he's a big guy, like you see here when he play at the rim, I throw it high above the rim. And when in doubt, throw it higher. I didn't come up with that. George Carl said that at the clinic in Fresno. He said that, and I took it. That was one thing I learned. I was trying to learn one thing wherever I go. Throw it high. If it didn't work, throw it even higher next time. He's a high feet guy. I saw that. He just threw it up and took boom off the backboard. I wasn't a high feet guy. I like to throw it at my ankles. Literally. Roll it at my ankles. I could get low, and I played below the rim. I didn't want it up high. All my post entries, I used to call for it here. Because I figured if there's a 6'9" guy guarding me, it's his advantage to play above the rim. Make the game below the rim, and I'm going to win. So you got to know who you're playing with. If you're a point guard and a big guy, you got to keep him happy. It's also got to make him look good. That's what you want. The point is, as the game keeps going up and down, I'm going to get the half pass. I'm going to get that half pass. As the game becomes half court, okay, I'm feeding you now. If you want it, take it. And you know, at every Final Four game that you ever played, you know this. You know this. The game, the last 4 minutes, always become half court. Always. And everybody want to press, run, play like this? Yeah, me too. It's great. The players love it. You better be able to execute defensively and offensively. offensively in the half court, because in the last 4 minutes of the state championship, the final four, is going to come down to half court. That's right, half court. Better be able to execute in half court. And as the game becomes half court, and Madec deliberated and grind out, and you come grind out. Now, this is what's going to be open. And from here, okay, you just jump in and take half the rim, good job. But you just basically seal him off. Come in, come over. This is what you're going to get. And this is what we talked about, multiple penetrations. I kick there, I shovel it out, you either shoot, or you attack, or if you're two dribble guy, or sequence on the line, or for last possession, maybe you just dribble out, dribble chase it, dribble reverse it, and then, still got 20-something shot clock, maybe I'll be clock back, come back and get it. The point is that that's the pass you're going to make. The other thing you're going to hit, I call it drag. And now what happens is the guy I beat runs and long switches to you, and now you have to reverse pivot, and that guy at 5X, 4X, he can drag, and then you pitch here. The point is that it's going to come down to you getting inside out action. And what? Getting a great shot. Like your definition of a great shot, Jimmy, could be different than mine. Okay? And I'm not judging, that's not why I'm here. But earlier I saw you, Jimmy. I don't know if you saw it. I watched you guys. You were shooting this shot right here. You made it one time. You shot this shot. To me, Coach Pasquale, this is the worst shot of the game. It's the worst shot of the game. Because you only get 2 points, and it's really not that high percentage. Why not shoot this one? Right now, obviously shooting before that. I think Coach Katz, I got the peek in the window. He was talking about the, what do you call it? The
Park to car.
Park to car. That was great. Still some Coach Katz, long-time legendary junior college coach in here. The point is that when you play in space, if you have that great getting down, you have that to shoot, that's what you do. Okay. Any questions about anything? Now, I'm kind of teasing you, aren't I? Because I'm really kind of showing you, but I'm not letting you see it live, right? Why? Why am I doing that to you?
Make it your own.
What?
Make it your own.
No, nothing's my own. I'm a scavenger. I just learn everything from everywhere I go. I haven't come up with nothing my own. Good answer, Coach. I'm teasing you because I want you on October 17th, when I have you in my domain, and you come in my backyard, I want you to come to Fresno, come to my clinic, which I take a tremendous amount of pride in. Not that I don't take pride in coming back here, because you don't understand the chill that I have in my arm when I come out here and he introduced me. I can't explain in words how I feel to be here, and how nervous I was to come back here. And what I'm telling you is that I'm not afraid to cry and share my emotion and share my heart and put my balls out and put them out on the table and put my heart on my sleeve with my players. I'm not afraid to do that. And I'm not telling you to be me. I heard one time from a genius coach that players are facetious and they'll rip you and tear you down. You don't command their respect, and they'll eat you alive, and it's probably all true. I'm at the point with my coaching and my teaching who I am. I'm secure enough with myself, and I'm in a place. We have a culture that's established. Every year, I don't have to rebuild our culture, because every year I have enough retention, because I'm fortunate and blessed enough to have kids that will follow me into the fire. We have a culture that's been established. And so what I'm telling you, figure out a way that you can establish your culture. It doesn't mean you don't have to work on your culture. You must put time and water the culture like you water a plant. Time with your players. Quality time when they know you care about it and you eat with them. At the 4-year level, you have all these NCAA rules. Figure out a way to spend time with your players and reach them and get to their hearts. You must bypass the intellect and get to a human being's heart. Maybe you've got to listen to music with them, take them for lunch, talk to them about their private lives, their personal lives. Maybe you've got a kid that's overweight and you take them the way Coach Dunlop takes them, you put them on a treadmill with you. But you must build that brotherhood and that bond with your players. And you don't have to be me. You don't have to be anybody you're not, but at the end of the day, you've got to figure out a way to establish a culture. And I I'm not judging you because you walk into your practice and you're drinking coffee at 6 in the morning. That's you. That's okay. That might work for you. That doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for me. Everybody's different. And I don't judge. The point is that figure out a way to stimulate and get to your players' hearts. It's that simple. But be real. Don't be fraudulent. If you're fake and fraudulent, they'll sniff you out. They'll sniff you out. They'll sniff you out. I don't want to say too much to be graphic, but the point is that they'll know it's not real. It's fake and fraudulent. Okay, now I'm going to give you something else now. So we're going to press this year. It's no secret. We're going to press. We're going to force tempo. We have some long athletes, and we're going to dictate some things. And I'm going to share with you a transition drill that we do. And you know what? You don't even need to necessarily think it live, but you need to see it. And so what I like to do with our guards, okay, because everything goes through my guards. And for you too, the guards bring the ball up. You forwards usually don't. The point is that I want my guards battle tested. So I like to give them as much adversity as I possibly can. As much. Okay? And this with Coach Marcial, Mike consulted, and they played, I don't know if you'll remember it. And so basically, can I get you two guys to go to the corner? And you two go on a little bit. We're just going to walk through. And so let's say we're working on our offense here, and make or miss, we're going to play it live the other way. So miss, we're working on jamming the rebounder. Okay, let's just take a make for the sake of the drill. So let's say that I can't buy you, okay, here's coming with me, okay, you come over, and I throw the high feed, and he finishes, okay, free. So now, which way we going? We're going that way. They take it out of bounds, okay, and what I would do, so let's just take a scenario, you score, you run that, and go ahead and you run that, because you're a 3 or 2 or wing, you go beyond half court. Now, who's on that? Who's on that? Defense. Oh, because you're on defense, you're doing offense, right? Oh, I'm sorry. You were just on offense? So now you're on defense with me. Okay, you're on offense. Okay, so now, you got to go against 3 people. 2 against 3. So I watched my guards shit down their leg this summer when we played a pretty athletic Chafee team. And you see it at every level, but you see it with young guards because they're just not used to that type of pressure. So how do you get somebody comfortable playing 1 against 1? They can play 1 against 2. How do you get somebody comfortable playing 2 against 2? The 2 guys front play 2 against 3. And so what we're doing is we're making our 2 guards go against 3 defenders. It's just a simple concept. And what the rule is that, so what you're not here, you're on there, you full front, I'm here, you full front. On. You have to stay behind half court, and you have to stay behind half court, and he can't advance the ball until he gets to the circle. That's right. We have to bring it up. 2 against 3. They have to bring it up, and you can. I'm not going to tell you how to break the press or loop or through cut. I'm not going to tell you. You'll figure that out. They'll figure it out through survival. And I think when you put your players under distress and create that, survival mode. You're going to find out who they are. Are they going to just start whining, complaining, shitting out like their head down, all going to go out now? You're going to find out who your tough guards are. And they're going to start talking to each other, they're going to start communicating, they're going to have to find a way. It's just like I said earlier, you get jumped by 2 guys and they're stronger, you're going to figure out a way to fight, you're going to lose. And I'm not telling you, to choke your players. The point is that you better create adversity for your players and put them in those tough moments. Or they won't be ready for those tough moments when it's game time. And I'm not a master at anything, but what I do is I'm out of the box. I think about how to get my players mentally tougher, to create adversity for them. Just the same way that my coach here in this gym created a lot of adversity for me. He I never tell you this, coach, but I'm glad I got to come up here. You don't understand how much invited you to this clinic. No, I've never asked you to come be a clinic speaker here, but the fact that you asked me, you don't know how much that means to me. And I hope that, I gave you people your money's worth if you got something out of this clinic. Where am I at the time, first of all? I don't want to go over and disrespect anybody. Am I over time? Oh, okay. Coach Dunlop's next, so I'm going to stick it to him, boy. I don't give any chances to do that. No, are there any... I'm sorry? Okay. Are there any questions about it? I'll answer anything I can. I know I'm a little bit all over the place. Would you like to see some more things, how I build the offense? Would you like to see that? I'll show you a couple more little things on that. Okay, why don't we do that? So let's do this. Let's get thank you guys. Get in that close spot. Okay, now listen. So I'm here in this corner, and I told you earlier, I've stolen like a scavenger, like a thief. I've still stole, I should say, things from the dribble drive. There's things I've taken from it that I just love. There's other things that I just left behind because it's not for me. But there's things that I've taken and added to my little ingredients to my cake. And each year I tweak the cake depending on my personnel. This year we'll dribble less than ever because we've got big forward-oriented guys. We're going to run some flex cuts out of some different looks. So like we did back in 2009 with Eddie Willis. We went out and won a national championship for Kenny. But we're going to do some different things. The point is right now, okay? Would you mind getting in the corner? Let me take the top. Just inside that coach spot right there. We would have a coach up here with the pad, okay? And the first thing I do is this. Okay, habits. You don't want to atrophy. Little things, look how I caught it. And that's where it's good. Just with the backs. No good. I would say next. Get off. I don't know if this is the right word to say. I'm a Nazi on detail. And I don't know if the word is just say Nazi, but the point is like I harp on detail. Okay, so I put myself, okay, jump down, okay, step, let's see where I'm at, okay, shoelaces low, okay, swing my hips, my foot should be going back to one, I just have the ball of my foot, okay, and my head goes down my first dribble, head goes up, I want to send him on a back cut. How am I going to send him on a back cut? Because his band is right here in this gap, and he looks at me. Why does he look at me? Because of the deception that I have in my eyes. I have to be aggressive off a high pick and roll or an open gap, and I can't atrophy. I can't atrophy. As Coach Dunlop taught me when you're in his feet, you come off soft. If I come off like this, his man is just going to sit there, and he's not going to worry about me because I'm no threat. And I love the concept of when you dribble at somebody backdoor. I like that. But in this particular situation, I'm trying to, my first step is put it at a rim. And I'm going to these guys like, I come to that rim. Now, when I can hear, okay, by me initially, listen now, by me initially getting my head on the rim, that sucks his man out of position. Because he figured, oh, I better help a little bit. Now, when I look here with my eyes, his man now looks out. All my eyes. Man, when he looks out like this, he turns his head for a split second, back door. We call that no setup. And it all starts with the guy with the ball, and it's timing, and eye contact. Okay? This is what it's going to look like. Okay? So I'm low, strong here, I'm happy, I'm here. Okay? Head up, boom. Boom. That's it. If your cue, okay, your cue is, if we're going to teach the next thing in a minute, is that right here. Part of the car, what was it? Okay, I'm a slow learner, I'm going to steal it. Because I like it. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't sugarcoat it. I'll call Coach Katz and myself and say, that's bullshit, I don't like what you're doing. And I would agree to disagree with him. Why? Because he's a great coach and he's a big point. You can take it and we can agree to disagree. But the point is that I do like it. I think it's really innovative. So the point is that now I'm here, now I'm ready. And as you're breaking that three-point line, right now, that first step, slow down, don't slow motion with me. As you take that first step and dribble, I do this. Okay? Now you take another dribble, you're ready for that three-point line. I'm here. So now, I am mid-post extended. And And this is what it's going to set up for the next thing. Now, my guy is up the line like citrus doing this. So now, let's you and me go. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. I know you guys are doing a lot of standing, but I hope that you can get something out of this. Okay, I'm here, boom. Okay, I come here, I step. The other one step, detail, see? Okay, that's what we're teaching. So you said, gosh, it's making a big deal. You're damn right. We took, 2 weeks ago, 2 days it took us just to get this first part. We don't do a lot of stuff. We keep it simple. There's not a lot of stuff. But what we're going to do, we're going to be masterful at teaching it. I'm talking about to the T. Detail, detail, and detail. Because I believe when you're that detail oriented and your players are bought into that, you're going to win all those one possession games at the end. Now, I've lost a lot of good possession games too, but we've won our share too. And I believe it's because of getting back to what? What? No! Culture! The culture! Does that look like it means something to me now? Our culture. I stick my chest out and I flex my muscle because it's a brotherhood. And this is what we're going to hang our hat on. And no matter what we're going to do, X's and O's, because when our culture is right, we're all going to learn fast. Because when I'm talking and my players are behind me, they're like this. They're looking. Why? They're bought in. Because I said earlier, I have to be able to brainwash you. I have to be able to mold you and brainwash you and have you how I want you. And I would tell you as a coach, you've got to have players that are going to play for you, they're going to follow you into that dark alley, they're going to follow you into that fire. In 2010, a young man by the name of Alex Fletcher played for me. We lost in the Final Four that year. And then he went to Canada and played for me. He coached with me last year. And I asked him last year, I said, what was our team special in 2010? If you're a special coach, we beat you in the playoffs, and you guys easily could have beat us. That was a one possession game. I don't know if you remember that game. It was our place. And you had a hell of a team, and really, Coach Ressa, you did, I never told you this, but you did a masterful job coaching that team, because you guys were shitty in the beginning of that year. You kept getting better and better and better and better, and in the playoffs, sure enough, you guys peaked, and you were not a good matchup for us. We barely beat you. We came out with one possession. And I know you remember that game. But that team, Coach Ressa, you got a great team, that team. And we both said to each other, it's too bad one of us is going to go home, because we both had great teams. We probably both deserved to be in the Final Four that year. That's the honest truth. I wouldn't tell that to Coach Ressa. I thought it was the truth. But it's the truth. And you come off a great year before that, because you were in that final game down in Sonoma with that team. I remember who you had. But the point is that Alex Fletcher told me, he said, the reason that team was special is because we all took on your personality. And those guys, if you would have said, let's go, we're going, we're going to go now, it's time. Where are we going? We're going to rob a bank. Every one of them guys would have got in the van before we could have robbed that bank. I hope that never happens, but I'm going to tell you what. When you've got your boys, you've got your guys, and they're on board like that with you. This is a powerful thing. Now listen to what I'm saying. It's a powerful thing at any level. No matter what level you're at, whether you're junior high, high school, college, when you get that bought in and that committed to where you're going, it's a very, very powerful thing. So the next step now, we did no setup, turn his head. The next thing would be a setup. And so what I'm saying is a setup. That you attack. And again, why are you stopping? Try to draw it here. But I said it earlier, the higher level you go, and the more conventional and deliberate the game gets at the end, you're going to need multiple penetrations. You're not going to just get to the rim on first penetration. So you're going to have to grind it out a little bit. When I play DBC, you're not going to get there because they're playing half-line defense. The guy's a great defensive coach. Give some credit where credit's due. You're not going to get there. You're just not. Coach Emilio's too good of a coach, man. So you're going to get stuck right here. And so now I've got to manipulate that defense. If he's overplaying you and denying you, look in my eyes and my ball fake. Pay attention to the detail. Heavy pivot foot here. Notice I'm not here. If I'm here, the defender can take the ball. So I stop at this angle right here. I keep the ball away from the defense. And then once again, heavy pivot foot. Look in my eyes and my ball fake. Okay? Okay, Johnny! Oh, where's my ball fake? Where's my ball fake? I'm ball faking to this gap. Where what? Where the citrus defender is denied. And he has to have the proper footwork. So again, he gets down the corner. You're going to slide up. Slide up. And now I stop in my area. And it's ball. Swivel. Ball. Plant. Back door. That hand go on. that thing, boom. And now, we're going to fast, finish. Okay? So we want to fast break. How do you fast break? Huh? Rebound, yeah? Okay, so for the sake of the drill, we take it out of the net. You have this catalyst in the fast breaks being a great rebounding team, but having deep outlets. So on the other side of the floor, we would have a line here between three-point line and three-point line extended. Pat Riley once said, this is why I'm a student of the game. You see, I don't come up with this shit, and I don't learn it. He never told me. He tells people like Coach Dunlap. And what I do, it's true. What I do is I'm smart enough. I give myself some credit. I'm smart enough to hang around and be a scavenger for people like him. I'm smart enough to put myself in a position to allow myself to be able to watch from a distance and learn from people like Coach McMillan. And I listen. I've always been a good listener because I don't know shit other than how to get out of poverty. And see, what you have to get back to what I just say. Get out of poverty. Who do you think I'm coaching? I'm coaching a bunch of alley cats in junior college. And most of them come from broken homes, they come from poverty. I gotta be able to relate to those kids. And it just so happens I do relate to them, because I grew up very similar to most of them. And so, you gotta get to their heart, man. And once you get to their heart, and you can relate and reach them, God, the teaching is easy. The teaching expedites the process. Because there's a heart connection. It's called heart power. Frosty Westerling, a legendary Northwest coach. You guys know who that is? He wrote the 10-point leadership. You know anything about that coach, Deeper Rock? Legendary coach by the name of Michael Garza, Kenyatta, longtime coach. He sat and taught me about that one night. Now I'm actually putting it together in my own flavor now. But heart power, get someone's heart, got it. Back to this, so now I get my outlet over this. So now you make the layup, you make the pass. Okay, so make the layup, make the pass. Okay, platform. Okay, make the pass here. Now you follow the shot. Why? Because what if he shoots it and it comes off back here, you can tip it. The other thing is, you go to the middle line, you go get it, and it goes up. Eye contact. As you break it out of the net, jump stop, big wide base. Keep that ball on the outside shoulder, right? It's right, outside pivot. And now I look over my shoulder. Why? Because if you come up and shoot the gap, it could be a turnover. So I do this. Okay, look at this angle I do. They're calling it a sweep. Outlet! Whoa, okay? He's gonna call my name, I call his name. You're never ever too paramount with eye-to-eye contact, voice-to-voice communication. It's like a baby lost when they hear their mother's voice. They always find their mother voice. That's how I look at my big man relationship with my point guard. Everything for me, I put it always back to life. When I teach basketball, I teach through life. Because that's what these kids relate to, the ones I coach. Because I coach kids from some cold, dark places. And every once in a while, you have to take them back to that place. To A, remind them where they are now. You need to humble them, or you just need to recharge them, or refresh them, or rejuvenate them. Or sometimes just reach them. So now I'm working on my outlets, aren't I? And again, detail in more detail. When I catch that outlet, okay, I always want to catch it here, and my head is up. That's right. If their head's not up, 5 push-ups. Great players always play with their head up and always play in space. Great guards, all the great guards, okay? Now I'm all over the place, I'm giving you more stuff. So what's the next thing? Take it from there. Let's go to the next thing. What's the next thing? I showed you 2 ways to get a backdoor, did I not? What's the counter? You just backdoored the guy twice. What's he gonna do now? Hello? Bullseye. Bullseye. You're gonna sag off. You're gonna sag off. So now you gotta manipulate the defense the other way. Okay, you get the corner, that's you and I. stand still. What? Get a paint touch. I want to suck you in. So now I come here. Okay? Look, watch what I do. Remember, I don't open up the ball. Show. I'm going to do this. Okay? Johnny! Boom! And I ball fake with my eyes. Go there. Suck the guy in the foot. The paint. You already took that step slide up. You stay there and play my position now. So now, okay? Here. Just swivel my hips. Cheese step. 1, 2, where am I? I'm above the finger line, outside the 3. Where am I going? I'm going to the promised land. I'm going back down the hill. I don't want to play up the hill, and I don't want to play across the hill. Where are you the fastest running down the hill? And I'm going down the hill. And it's called a positive kickback. I'm up, above, high, and your footwork is this. You're here, okay? It's here, and you're back. You're me, get ready to turn those hips. And it's right here. Boom. 2 hands, snap back. Boom. Like a flea flicker, being a good quarterback. So now, after you pass and you're there, I'm here. My hips, everything, I hit it up. Right here, close off. And then you shallow cut right up to the corner. Yep, and you never ever turn that back. So the point is that right here, you come around, once you see me, turn the corner, you come out here, and you never take your eyes off the ball, you back and stay. You turn around down, it becomes like a seesaw. I give you penetration, he comes up here. Why? Principles of penetration. If I slide up high, I get cut off, he starts to use the corners again. Not getting corner, use the corners. Why? Because we want to open up those alleyways of penetration. That's second penetration. I was first penetration, he's second. Okay? At any time, you got pressure release. I know I'm all over the place, but I'm just giving you concepts, man. Don't be that person that's up in the stands right now. Well, he's running dribble drive, he's all this. I can't use this. Bullshit. You can use it. You were just telling me today on the way up here, I talked on the phone with Coach Craig here. We talked for 30 minutes on the phone. And we always enjoy our conversations. A lot of you don't know, we're good friends. We're good friends, but we've been great competitors over the years. We're great competitors with each other. I feel there's a lot of respect. There's a brotherhood that he and I share. But at the end of the day, we teach different things. I couldn't begin to teach what he teaches right now. I just don't know enough about it. But he's invited me up to practice, and I'm going to take him up on it. And I know he's going to come down. But you even told me today, like, I love the concepts of the dribble drive. And that's really why I wanted to show that, because I wanted to share with you some of the concepts. But that's second penetration. And to be DBC, you know it. You're going to need 3, 4 penetrations, because they pack in, man. They pack in. And if you just go 1 penetration, kick and shoot threes all night, you're not going to beat them unless you get hot on that particular night. And so what I'm saying is you want to get multiple penetrations and you want skips. Because you want, listen to me now, you want your teams to be able to play out of the scramble offensively. The San Antonio Spurs play out of the scramble as good as anybody. They're constantly getting skips. And when you got your teams that play good out of the scramble offensively, but also teams that can defensively scramble, that's what the game to me is won and lost in those scramble situations. And to be a great scramble team, you got to communicate, you got to bust your ass, you got to use your hands, you got to be, jumps the ball. But offensively, you got to have great principles off your penetration, and you got to be committed to pass the ball unconditionally and be married. That's right, married to shot selection. Shot selection. So with that being said, getting back to the beginning of my presentation, I told you everything is competitive in our gym. And from our shooting to our layup line, everything is competitive to picking teams, because you must show, peers must show each other who the best shooter is. So we do something called King of the Court. Baskets, 6 baskets. 2 best shooters on the main court. Christensen, I learned this from him. He did this, but I don't know if he still does it. Then you got 2nd place scorer, 3rd place scorer, 4th place scorer. And after a minute, whoever makes the most threes goes forward. Usually goes backwards. At the end of the day, the first one to win 5 games. And that shit is competitive. Then we do 2-on-2 shooting games. So there's accountability for your partner throwing good passes, and there's pressure on you not to let your teammate down. Because there's nothing worse than being a bad teammate than letting your teammate down. But there's going to be accountability, because there's going to be a winner and a loser. We'll all fall. If the same guys keep winning, they start to get confident. Because you're telling them, well, they're the best shooters, they win every day. nothing better you can do than let the peers see it for themselves rather than you tell them. And it becomes, listen, it becomes their team, not yours. It's their team. You're just the manager of the operation. You manage it, you oversee it, but it's theirs. And when they take that ownership that it's their program and their team, that's when the brotherhood starts, people. That's when the deep brotherhood starts. So, we got that kickback back, and there's so much you can do out of that kickback. Okay, I'll give you an example. You pass that ball on that kickback, but what's high with it, when you don't recognize that, I saw that little pesky guard, that little 5'10", little termite, just pressuring the shit out of you, and won't let you get the ball back. Because you're a point guard, and you're big and slow like these little guards think they're going to just pressure you when I take the ball. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a counter for him. We're going to get him to chase the cheese like a little mouse in the trap. And so what we're going to do, we're going to cut him up like a turkey on Thanksgiving. Off that second penetration, and we're going to reverse pivot and yell for help. Help! Right. You see that? And so there's counters to everything. And your teams become special when you as the coach don't call that. You and I have that language that we're speaking. And I bet you right now, I bet you $1 million if Christensen and I were playing 2-on-2 in this gym, and I don't mean to disrespect you guys, because you guys are very good players, and you're young, and you're vibrant, I'm just an old man. But I would tell you this, that I wouldn't bet against you and me playing 2-on-2 against these guys. Because I'm 43 and I'm in good shape, and you're about, what, 30? 32? And I was in my prime at 32. I mean, I was in my prime, I was playing at a high level, and I'm just telling you, you and I, we wouldn't care who makes the bucket. We don't give a shit, we just want to win. Right? And you tell me that. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. I did it. Yes, sir. You know? And I tell you, give me the ball in the post, and you say, yes, sir. But together, we find a way to win. You wouldn't bet against us. Okay. Hey, you know what? Give these kids a hand. Any questions about anything? Any questions? Yes, sir. Well, I'm sorry, Coach. Right now, we have 20. Yeah. That's a great question, and I'm not sure I have the answer or the solution, but what I would tell you is that I didn't understand about 6-7 years ago. I was having trouble, with my culture, and I was having trouble with some discipline stuff in my gym. And I consulted with my mentor, Coach Della, your next door neighbor right now, and he told me, use your pack. Figure out a way to use your pack. And I was like, what the hell is he talking about? Like, I don't know what he's talking about. But I went and thought about it. He told me to get a book, I believe it was The Dog Whisperer, The Horse Whisperer. He talked about sled dogs. It was really innovative. And I, sure enough, started studying. And now, I can honestly tell you, I think I knew what he was talking about. I do. I use my pack now. And for what that's worth, maybe he can even help with that question. Yeah. Use the pack. I think really. Anybody else? Thanks a lot.
Clear. I never put my hands up.
Selected line.
I was at South Notre Dame. Chico, he came up to me, Richard and Chico, he said, Coach, these guys are too soft when it comes to this for you. So he came down, back before the compliance officers and stuff. We used to play 12 to 2 every day. So he came down, he was a lot bigger and different kind of fitness he was in then. He was guarding me, and I said, Eddie, I'm 34 years old, you can't stay with me, you can't
You were 38, by the way. He was unstoppable. But Rodney Tension, you guys probably know who that was. He was a phenomenal player. The coach was a 6'5" point guard, and I remember it was Nate, what was Nate's name? Oh, that's right. Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, I just can't think that he's up. His candidate is clicking next week.
No, it's October, listen up. It's October 17th. If you want to come, show up. It's $50 at the door. It's $40 pre-registration. If you don't have the money to come, I'll put you on scholarship. I'm serious. But there's probably going to be about 100 to 150 people there every year. I love when people come down to Fresno because when you come to Fresno, we treat you first class. We feed you just like Coach did. And I promise you, if you come, you will get something really good out of our clinic. I want to just, let the coach know. I'll go back to everything that's doing in a minute. I gotta say one thing here. My brother is here, sitting in the stands. He's wearing a black shirt. His name is Coach Picasso, and he was on this gym with me back in the 1990s. We sweat. We ate a lot together. He's my brother. And I just want to pay my respects to him, and also my brother over there at the door, Willie Lee. That was my mentor when I was here. He took me under his wing, and I get goosebumps on my arm because the brotherhood that I built when I was here in Sonoma County for a few years. And if you young people, and I know you guys are great, I can see that, but if you just reach out to some of the people that are here, you'd be surprised how many special people are still here, and I still see it. The police officer, Judy Medford, came to see me today, and she came to see me, and that same lady used to throw me out of this gym at 4 o'clock in the morning back in the 1990s. And that's real. I lived in this gym, and this is my athletics, and you saved my life, because without basketball and athletics and weight room and just being around men, I would probably be dead right now, or I'd be in prison. And this domain and this world that we're all in, it saved my life. And you're responsible for that. So thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.